Everyone thinks Superman vs. Omni-Man would be an insane battle, but it's not even close. And I'll be breaking down every brutal reason why, starting with where they come from, because origins shape everything. Superman was born as Kal-El on the distant planet Krypton to scientists Jor-El and Lara. As Krypton faced imminent destruction due to a natural planetary catastrophe, its core becoming unstable, Jor-El built a small spacecraft to save his infant son. Moments before Krypton exploded, Kal-El was placed in the craft and sent to He crash-landed near Smallville, Kansas, where he was found and adopted by a kind farming couple, Jonathan and Martha Kent. They named him Clark Kent and raised him as their own. As Clark grew up, he developed extraordinary powers due to Earth's yellow sun and weaker gravity, including super strength, flight, heat vision, X-ray vision, super speed, and invulnerability. His parents instilled in him strong moral values, teaching him to use his powers for good. Upon reaching adulthood, Clark moved to Metropolis, where he became a journalist for the Daily Planet and adopted the superhero identity Superman, a symbol of hope and justice. He's not just a product of alien biology, he's the ultimate embodiment of nurture over nature. His connection to humanity is what defines him. He chooses to protect, to guide, to lead by example. Omni-Man is a Viltrumite, a member of a powerful alien race from the planet Viltrum. The Viltrumites are a superhuman species characterized by their immense strength, speed, flight, near invulnerability, and long lifespans. Their society is built around a brutal ideology of conquest and survival of the fittest. Initially, the Viltrumite Empire sought to expand its reach by violently conquering other planets. To streamline this, they later began sending lone Viltrumites to infiltrate and weaken worlds from within in preparation for eventual conquest. Nolan was sent to Earth under the false pretense of being a benevolent protector.
We don't know who this is, or if they're friendly or not.
You don't look like you're from around here.
My government sent me here to help protect.
On Earth, he assumed the identity Omni-Man and became a superhero, even marrying a human woman, Debbie Grayson, and fathering a son, Mark Grayson, who would later become invincible. While he genuinely developed some attachment to Earth and his family, his true mission was always to prepare Earth for Viltrumite rule. This hidden agenda leads to a dramatic and violent revelation, particularly when Mark comes of age and develops power of his own. That ideological contrast is the core difference. Superman is the protector of Earth in every aspect. He is meant to embody ideals of hope, peace, and justice, while Omni-Man represents conquest and the expansion of an empire, hiding his dark secret until the right moment. But this isn't their only big difference. Superman is so far beyond strength that it's sometimes hard to measure without context. For instance, a more abstract feat would be when he enters the metaphysical realm to confront destiny itself. The Book of Destiny is said to contain every possible outcome in the universe. Its pages are described as infinite, and each page has infinite weight. Superman, through sheer will and strength, manages to turn a page. A more definite and recognizable feat of strength would be when he physically moved Earth out of the path of a rogue planet, something that would require literally quintillions of tons of force. These aren't just flukes of freakish strength either. No Superman is able to keep those feats going consistently, like when he endured the intense gravitational stress test near the sun, lifting Earth mass simulators for 5 days straight. Most impressively is the time he contained a black hole with his bare hands, showing that his strength isn't just limited to lifting heavy things. Omni-Man's feats of strength are far more quantifiable, contained within a level of realism. He took on the Guardians of the Globe, brutally killing what equates to a discount Justice League all on his own. While fighting with Mark, he smashes him through a skyscraper, a mountain, and across a multi-mile distance. The destruction caused by their fight levels entire blocks of a city, killing thousands within seconds. Also, he has killed other Viltrumites, all superhuman level threats, battling several on Throxa and 2 more on the prison ship. His greatest singular feat of strength comes from the comics. During the Viltrumite War arc, Omni-Man, Mark, and Thetis follow a bolt fired from Space Racer through the planet Viltrum, destroying it in spectacular fashion. While not a feat that is solely his own, it is incredibly impressive that he is able to destroy a planet completely, but their strength would be nothing without their speed. In battle, Superman is able to analyze situations, make decisions, and respond in the span of microseconds or less. Starting low on the list of feats, he once caught a bullet after it had been fired, saving the person it was flying towards. Ramping up quickly, he reacted to dozens of high-speed satellite weapons falling towards Earth, disabling them almost simultaneously across continents, covering continents in seconds. He can move through space at at frankly ridiculous speeds too, going from Earth to the Vega system 25 light years away in what happens to be minutes, reacting to a distress signal. But in other instances, he's crossed the whole universe in seconds to respond to a cosmic threat. He has also raced the Flash himself on more than a few occasions, sometimes as a friendly competition, sometimes under duress. Sometimes they tie, other times Flash wins by a narrow margin. Keeping up with the fastest man alive is no laughing matter. Omni-Man's feats are once again on a much smaller scale, still very impressive though. He is able to catch Red Rush's fist, Red Rush being a speedster capable of punching hundreds of times per second. Despite this, Omni-Man catches him, immobilizes him, and crushes his skull. While fighting Mark, he notices fighter jets entering the area. He disappears from view and reaches them in an instant, destroying one mid-air, suggesting hypersonic movement. His greatest feat of speed would be when he invades the Flaxen dimension and slaughters their entire army, destroying cities and killing their leadership within seconds. He is seen as nothing but a blur followed by wakes of destruction and death. Omni-Man can travel at hypersonic speeds. He's fast enough to fly through continents in minutes and kill thousands in a blink. But he's not faster than light, not even close. In terms of reaction speed, Superman is in a league of his own. If you think their speeds are impressive, just wait until you hear how durable they are. Superman's durability is unquestionable, but let's try to start on the lesser end. Superman is able to trade blows with Doomsday, a genetically engineered killing machine. Each punch creates shockwaves across cities, and the entire eastern seaboard shakes during their fight. He took a full blast from Darkseid's Omega beams, which typically erase people from existence or trap them in alternate timelines. Superman resists it, depending on the version, even outfighting it with willpower. If that's not enough, he dived into the core of the sun on a rescue mission, absorbing a solar overload that temporarily mutates him. The sun's core burns at 15 million degrees Celsius, and its gravitational pressure would crush any known material, but Superman takes it. Omni-Man's feats are once again on a much more definable scale. He survived a train collision without slowing down, dragging Mark through a speeding passenger train, letting it slam into him repeatedly as bodies explode around them. Hundreds of tons of steel moving at high speed shred on impact, and Omni-Man doesn't even flinch, not even a scratch on him. He casually resists bullets, missiles, and even a giant satellite skybeam. But most impressively is when he survived flying through planet Viltrum's core, withstanding immense heat and gravitational pressure. Impressive? Definitely. But Superman's feats are on a different scale, a cosmic scale. Omni-Man is terrifying by human standards, Superman is terrifying by divine ones. In power scaling, Superman exists in a tier above. His greatest enemies are Time Eaters, Dimension Shatterers, and Gods of Chaos. Omni-Man fights soldiers, rebels, and generals. The gap between them grows by the second. Okay, I know what you're thinking right now, but Omni-Man still has potential. One thing is more important than you realize, and it's the mind. Superman is often underestimated here, but he's not just a powerhouse. He's a trained journalist, an investigator, a scientist, and in many stories, a tactical genius. He's battled for centuries in alternate timelines, trained with Batman, Wonder Woman, and Jor-El. He solves dimensional puzzles, speaks every known language on Earth and beyond, and adapts to new threats with lightning speed. He's fought alongside the Justice League, the Legion of Superheroes, and even the New Gods. He understands how to lead, how to coordinate, and how to manipulate battlefields. Omni-Man is a warrior, trained in combat for centuries. He knows how to fight. He's experienced in Viltrumite battle tactics, but strategy isn't his strength. Overwhelming forces. His problem solving often boils down to punching harder or intimidating enemies. So who wins in a chess match? Superman. Every time. A common argument. Omni-Man doesn't hold back, Superman does. True, but let's be clear. Superman doesn't hold back because he has to. He holds back because he chooses to. He sees value in every life. He doesn't want to destroy when he can protect, but when he needs to unleash, just ask Doomsday, ask the Anti-Monitor, ask Zod. We've seen Superman cut loose, and it is terrifying. He could burn Omni-Man out of existence before Nolan blinks. And when Superman chooses to fight with his full potential, the battlefield itself becomes irrelevant. Mountains shatter, oceans evaporate, time slows. Omni-Man's willingness to kill doesn't give him an edge, it just reveals his lack of control. Superman doesn't need to kill to win. He wins because he fights with purpose, precision, and a higher moral code. He wins because his values elevate him beyond brute force. Let's talk about storytelling. Superman represents hope. He is restrained, moral, and ultimate power guided by compassion. Omni-Man represents authoritarianism. He's what happens when power has no limits and no empathy. Their stories aren't just about strength. They're metaphors. Superman chooses to be human despite being a god. Omni-Man pretends to be human while seeing us as ants. Superman uplifts humanity, Omni-Man enslaves it. In any narrative, Superman wins because he is the ideal. Omni-Man loses because he is the cautionary tale. Their arcs aren't aligned. Their values aren't compatible. This isn't a rivalry, it's a moral mismatch. Superman is the answer to the question, what if God were good? Omni-Man is the warning, what if he wasn't? Let's say they do fight. Full power, neutral setting, no help, no kryptonite, just fists and fury. Omni-Man attacks first, Superman takes the hit, maybe even stumbles. Then he counters with a punch that folds mountains. Omni-Man is fast, but Superman is faster. Nolan goes for a grapple. Superman breaks it, flies into orbit, and slams Omni-Man through an asteroid field. Even if Nolan draws blood, it doesn't matter. Superman heals in seconds. And if Superman gets serious, it's over in less than a minute. Maybe Nolan tries to retreat. Superman follows. Maybe he tries to reason. Superman doesn't flinch. When he knows the world is at risk, when innocent lives hang in the balance, Kal-El acts with defined swiftness. No cosmic tools, no Batman with a plan, just Superman. So why the debate? Why do people even ask this question? Because Invincible was brilliant. Omni-Man is terrifying, complex, and incredibly written. He shocked us. He broke the mold. And with J.K. Simmons voicing him, perfection. But hype isn't strength. A great character doesn't equal a great matchup. Superman has 80 years of scaling. He's fought beings who can rewrite reality. Omni-Man, he's a king in a sandbox. Superman's battles span the multiverse. We love Omni-Man, but loving a character doesn't mean pretending he can be Superman. It means appreciating his story for what it is, a powerful warning, not a power fantasy. All this leaves us with a question. Who would walk away from a fight? Well, I think no matter what version, what universe, or what fight, Superman would walk away every time. If you enjoyed this video and want to find out everyone that could kill Omni-Man, click the video on the screen.